Good morning, welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a good day. Mine is just aces. This week, last week to you, week before to you actually, Indian released the new, improved, stripped down Indian Chief. Now, it might seem weird for a guy on a Honda adventure bike to talk about an Indian Chief, but before I bought this here Honda, I was really looking at getting a Scout. As far as the cruisers go, I like Dynas, of course, who doesn't? But, you know, I was fond of the Indian. I liked the looks of it, and that's what I was going to go with. I still haven't given up the dream of getting an Indian. Dream might be a strong word. The desire to want to buy an Indian. But it's just not priority right now in comparison to, you know, getting better with this and getting better with filming and all that other stuff. So I was very interested when Indian was going to release the new Chief, and I was very surprised at what they did. For those that maybe haven't taken a look at it or haven't seen it, the new Indian Chief is basically Indian's answer to the Dyna or Softail Slim, or as I would like to think of it, it's just a standard cruiser. It's not a dresser, it's not a bagger, it's just a standard cruiser. It's not an entry level. Indian has baggers, dressers, you know, the Scout, you could call that the entry bike, but it just didn't have what I consider to be just a standard cruiser motorcycle. Now they do, and to me, giving it the name that has given it the Chief name is perfect. A lot of people aren't happy about it, but I am, and all their other motorcycles are going to come off of that Chief. So to have it be the, you know, to take on that name, which was kind of, you know, their standard motorcycle, I think it's perfect. I think it's a great name. I know a lot of traditionalists were upset with it. They said, well, they recycled the name. It came off of basically what I call a dresser. They seem to be quite upset about it, or some seem to be quite upset about it. For me, perfect. I couldn't ask for more. In fact, when I go to the point of actually buying a new bike or buying a new cruiser, that's what I'm going to look at. The minute that there's a demo days at my local dealership, I'm going to jump in there and ride it. I just think it's really pretty, and I think it is a Chief to me. It is, you know, anyway, really good looking motorcycle. It's going to have power for days. I don't know about the comfort of it. You know, you don't know about the suspension until you get on one and ride it. There has been some people who have already ridden it and wrote up reports. I don't trust magazines at all. Like, I don't trust magazines in the same way that I don't trust, you know, Revzilla to give me a product review. That just seems like a ridiculous idea, right? Oh, wow. I'm surprised that this is open. Look how high the water is. So as soon as I can get on one on demo days, I'm definitely going to do so. I like the looks, I like the naming, I like the, you know, hopefully the marketing is going to be pretty good around it. I saw some tricked out customs that they've already done as part of the release, which, yeah, I can take or leave. I'm not against customs, I just don't care. They look uncomfortable to me most of the time when somebody stretches a bike and does all this stuff. I'm just not into it. Now, I've kind of told you all the beautiful things or all the good things I think of with the new Indian Chief, but there are some things I would have liked to have seen them do differently. For instance, the gauge system, I think they could have done a better job with that to set it more apart from the Scout. A lot of the derision, that's got to be a word. A lot of the bitching about the new Chief has been kind of around the idea that it's an overgrown Scout. And I think if they would have done a better job of making a unique instrument cluster for it, I think that would have maybe helped in that respect. Now, don't get me wrong, a single gauge up front is not a bad idea. I think it looks good. I think it, you know, I'm sure it'll work fine. But it is a little basic for that level of motorcycle. I just think that that could have been changed. The other thing that I'll complain about, and this is, I can complain about this with almost every motorcycle manufacturer in the US of A, and probably the whole world. Do not give me 3 colors of a motorcycle, or in the case of Honda, 1. It just ticks you off. You can have 3 colors be your standard, and then have the other ones as an option, a pay option. This is what car companies now do. I don't understand why motorcycle companies are still giving you, in the case of Indian, black, white, and red. Now, granted, I love the white smoke. That's the color I wanted on the Scout that I was wanting to get. I love that color. It's really, really pretty to me. But that doesn't mean that everyone else or anyone else is going to like that color. And if I'm going to buy a motorcycle for $15,000, $16,000, up towards probably $17,000 by the time you actually get done with fees and nonsense, to have the choice of black, white, and red as if this is the 1920s and it's a T-bucket, I think is ridiculous. I think you should be able to get it in whatever color you want. Now, that being said, they do offer different colors in different trim models. So I think like the bobber version of it, which I don't know if there's what all the differences are besides the handlebars, it comes in like a dark forest green, I think, and maybe some other colors. Ooh, this mud is heavy. And it's like, okay, if you're already going to paint a tank and a front fender that color, why not just paint the rear fender and then have another option with the standard if the rear fender is bobbed on the bobber? It just, I don't understand it, and I find it frustrating that companies do this. It just, I don't know. Anyway, so this road is pretty chopped up, but not too bad. I think most of this was from the other day when it was really, really wet out. I think the motorcycle is going to sell like hotcakes. I think it's a great addition to the Indian lineup. If somebody wants to get particular about the name, go right ahead. That's your prerogative, but I just don't see that being a point of contention in my head. It's just not. I'm very happy with it, and as soon as I get a chance, guys, I'm going to jump on one and enjoy it. I know this has been kind of short, but I wanted to get to the point, you know, spit it out to you how I see it, instead of dragging things out for 15 minutes. All right, guys, remember, once a day, every day, give yourself a present. Stay safe, have fun. I'll see you when I see you. Laters.